Lynn has been taught to defend her pond against everything and to kill anything that tries to take it. She makes sure that anyone who comes near her pond leaves without water or doesn't leave at all. The only person Lynn has ever known was her mother, so she doesn't have much care for anyone in the outside world, until one day her mother is attacked by coyotes and she is forced to shoot her to end her suffering. Lynn's neighbor then comes to take care of her as he promised her mother he would. Suddenly, Lynn is investigating smoke coming from the west and ends up taking care of a whole other family, with a mother, a son, and a daughter. Stebbs, the neighbor, continues to help her. Soon the mother dies and she must take care of the children. You can read this book to find out what happens next. This novel shows how Lynn and her mother were willing to do anything to protect each other. They were even willing to kill. This reminds me of my own life because my mother and I have the same relationship. We would do anything for one another. This novel also reminds me very much of the Hunger Games because Lynn and her mother lived on their own and had to do everything on their own, which very much reminded me of how in the Hunger Games the main character Katniss had to do everything for her mother and sister to get them food, water, and to protect them. Lastly, a text-to-society connection is when Stebbs refuses to let Lynn do things for him or tell him what to do. I see a text-to-society connection because I felt like this displayed very much how in society today, boys do not like to let girls tell them what to do or to do things for them because they feel like it lowers their manliness. The first discussion question is, what role did women and or minority groups play in this novel? Does this reflect the prejudices and ideals of the time of the novel? If so, how? Women played a big role throughout this novel, and especially the strength of women. They played a big role because the main characters and protagonists of the story are both women, and most of the other characters are also women. This novel is also a great example of women empowerment and how women don't need men to do things for them, as it shows. Lynn and her mother live all by themselves, protecting themselves and survive all on their own. The next discussion question is, why is this novel important to study in terms of lessons it teaches? What problems or causes does this novel seek to change? This novel is a very good book that includes many lessons and problems it is seeking to fix. First, the author is warning us about our current society and how it is leading to global warming and polluting our earth. This is a very important lesson, and the author is seeking to warn people so that this can soon change. But also the author is trying to teach us a lesson about family, love, and regret. She does this when Lynn gets mad at her mother and then loses her. The lesson here is to never take something or someone for granted just because you get to see them every day, as you love them and you may regret it as they may not be here tomorrow. My third question is, using the characteristics of a dystopian society, describe the protagonist and explain how he or she has evolved in the novel. Consider the internal and external conflicts he or she has faced, the character fails, and how the character reveals the flaws in the society. Also explain what prompts the protagonists and the rest of the citizens use to rebel. Throughout the novel, many traumatic things seem to happen to Lynn that would cause her to greatly mature. First, she has to kill at the age of 9. Then she witnesses many people die. She sees her mother get attacked by coyotes. She is forced to shoot her own mother and bury the body so the coyotes don't get her. She's also forced to begin taking care of herself until Steb comes. She also has to take care of Lucy, Eli, and their mother until she dies. All of these things would lead Lynn to greatly mature. Throughout the book, you also get to see as Lynn becomes more independent, because at the beginning of the book, she was more innocent. She had killed, but she was more afraid and weaker and unable to take care of herself. By the end of the book, she was taking care of herself, Stebbs, Lucy, and Eli. My last discussion question is, what is the main theme of the novel? How is the theme developed throughout the novel? Connect the theme to real-life situations and things teenagers can relate to. What are other themes in novels and how are they related to teens? Connect parts of the novel to your own life, school, community, various events, or to other people or problems that you are reminded of. The connections to the themes should be a higher interest to teenagers. The theme of this novel is to protect the things that you love. The theme is shown throughout the novel when Lynn and her mother protect each other, and also Lynn starts to protect Stebbs, Lucy, and Eli. A way teens nowadays can relate to this is because in society today, teens are known to try and protect their friends, such as if their friends get into a fight, they're very known to jump in to protect their friend. A way I can personally relate to this theme of protect the things you love is that I care very much about my family and would be willing to do anything to protect them. That's it.